action report sitting on your camera. I highly suggest using that.
Hi, buddy.
While we can make stops for animals, they will be quick stops, and besides, animals don't always like to stop for us. So an action report setting, or really anything with a quick shutter, is going to give you the best results when it comes to your pictures today. I'm going to let the warden check over our supplies, make sure we have everything we need. We head out on our 2-week safari. I also want to make sure that I didn't overpack, because I tend to do that a lot. But are you guys ready for a safari?
Overpack a lot.
Okay, let's try that one more time. A little bit more excitement. Are you guys ready for a safari? That's more like it. That's a good thing because I love animals. So let's get the safari started. We are going to start in the Little Aturi Forest. Home to many animals with unique markings that help camouflage them into their surroundings. If you look above your head at those animal spotting guides to help you find animals we could see out on the reserve today, like the okapi that's trying to hide behind the trees back there on the left. Oh, sorry, on the right. With their striped legs, they look a lot like zebras, but they're actually the only living relative of the giraffe. And like the giraffe, okapis have very long tongues, theirs being about 13 inches. Okapis are very shy and reclusive animals. You find them alone or maybe in pairs, usually alone. They're actually so reclusive they were once thought to be a myth. They were not discovered in the Western world until 1901. Nice water. Oh, there's a black rhino over there. Just going to say how it's rare to find them at all. There's less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the entire world. They're critically endangered. And unfortunately, it's our fault. Rhinos don't have any natural predators. Their biggest and pretty much only threat are humans, as they're being poached for their horns.
Buddy.
Now, black rhinos weigh between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds, but can still run at about 35 miles an hour. They have very poor eyesight. You can only see about 8 feet in front of them, but their hearing kind of makes up for it. Each ear will swivel individually to help find the source of the sound. Kind of helps them to see.
Like it to see.
I've seen a couple different animals coming up here on the left. Now the copper ones are bongos. They're known as the ghosts of the forest because they like to hide. Their horns swoop backwards to allow them to run quickly and quietly through trees and bushes without getting all tangled up. The light tan ones are greater kudos. They are the second tallest antelope with their shoulders reaching up to about 5 feet. The males have long spiraling horns, so those are females. Now we're going to head out of the Aturi Forest and down to the Safi River. The river is home to many aquatic animals, including the Nile hippos, who are going to be 11 feet long. Now my nocturnal friends down here will spend most of the sunny days asleep underwater, hiding out from the sun. They can actually stay completely submerged for up to 8 minutes at a time. When their body needs air, they will float up to the top to get the air that they need, and sink right back down without even waking up. Looks like there's one just barely at the surface there on the right. Kind of hard to see. Is there, I promise? They're born at about 85 pounds, and the males weigh up to 5,500 pounds. They'll come on land usually at night when it's cooler and search for food, eating about 100 pounds of food every day. They will travel up to 6 miles and search for food, but never more than 2 miles away from their home river. They are the most dangerous creatures in all of Africa, even though they're herbivores. They're very territorial, and they will not hesitate to let you know if you have crossed that line. Now, on the island, here on the left, there's a pod of pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink feathers on their back during mating season. It's not mating season. Hippos like to walk along the bottom of the water rather than swimming, as despite being aquatic animals, hippos are not very strong swimmers. You tend to find them in shallower waters. It looks like the river gets a little shallower up this way. Maybe we'll find some more. I see something up here. Oh, this is not a float of hippos, but a float of Nile crocodiles. They grow to be 18 to 20 feet long, which is as long as a giraffe is tall. You may see some of them with their jaws open. They do that to cool themselves down. Though I'm glad we're up here, because one chomp of that jaw can crush up to 2,000 pounds per inch. They stay still underwater for up to 2 hours at a time, and on land, They can run up to 10 miles an hour. So can the average human. But I'm not average, so let's get out of here. Now, I was wrong when I said I loved animals before. I am crazy about animals, and I want to find even more. It looks like we're headed to a different ecosystem. The trees are starting to thin out. Maybe we'll find some different animals. Speaking of different, it looks like someone may have planted this tree upside down over here on the right. That's actually a baobab tree, and those are its branches. The baobab tree goes leafless 9 months out of the year. They're nicknamed the upside down tree. Wow. Now this is my favorite view of the reserve. We're headed into the Serengeti grasslands, which stretch out for hundreds and hundreds of miles. The Serengeti grasslands are on the migration path of many different animals. I wonder how many we'll find passing through today. Now, animals that live in the Serengeti grasslands have a very strong impact on each other as well as their surroundings. Elephants will come through and bulldoze down trees and branches to make room for the giraffes to come in and eat the leaves off the trees. That allows the sun to come down and hit the grass to help it grow, which is what the antelopes eat. And of course, the antelopes help out the carnivores by... I'm actually going to let you figure that one out. Out here on the right, this is part of a herd of white-bearded wildebeests. I say part because their herds reach numbers of hundreds, even into the thousands. They also have the largest and longest migration pattern. Each year, 1.5 million of them will migrate 500 to 1,000 miles. They're also known as GNU, G-N-U, for the grunting noise that they make. Oh, if you look out here on the left, towards the front of the truck, there's some African wild dogs back there. They're nicknamed the painted dogs for their unique markings. While they are very cute, they are not the type of dogs you want to take home with you. They're the most successful hunters, even more than hyenas and big cats. To put it in perspective, a lion will catch their prey about 40% of the time, whereas African wild dogs will catch theirs up to 90%. They hunt for the same things. Now there's a tower of giraffes out here. They're born at about 6 feet and 150 pounds. They're going to be 18 to 20 feet tall, weighing around 2,000 pounds. Despite their necks being as long as they are, they have the same number of vertebrae as we do. 7. They also have really long tongues that are long enough to reach out and around and touch their ear, about 18 inches. These antelopes here are sable antelopes. They are the icon or the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Their horns grow to be about 45 inches long, and they swoop up and backwards in efforts to deter any predators from coming and attacking them. Now, does anyone know what these red cone-shaped mounds are?
That's right, buddy.
They're not anthills, they're termite mounds. They're made up of dirt, dung, and the equivalent to termite saliva. It's gross, I know. They will bake long in the hot sun and eventually become as hard as concrete. They make for great scratching posts for larger animals such as cattle or elephants. And once they're rounded down or get knocked over and become piles, they are fantastic lookout posts for smaller animals, like springboks. And out in the field here, there's one by himself and a couple more up at the top of the hill. Those are Patterson's elands. The eland is the tallest antelope, with their shoulders reaching up to about 6 feet. Without a running start, they can jump 6 to 8 feet in the air. Full-grown adult males will weigh around 2,000 pounds. Also be a little bit darker, closer to maybe more of a grayish color than that light tan. Now the rest of the grasslands do look pretty quiet, so we're going to head further into the savanna over to elephant country. So just a quick reminder that elephants have very sensitive hearing. They can actually hear each other from a mile away. So we want to be very respectful of that. Well, of course we want to get excited about elephants because elephants are so cool. We want to get super excited super quietly. We don't want to disturb or startle them in any way. Now to get to elephant country, we have to pass through my favorite area, Monkey Point. Got its name because a troop of mandrills, my favorite animal, found its home here. And for the largest and most colorful monkeys, with the red and blue markings on their face and their very colorful backsides. I do tend to be pretty shy though, so if you see them, do me a favor and point them out. Now, as excited as we are to see these elephants, some people not so much. Elephants are known for wreaking havoc on farms, eating everything stomping on everything else, leaving pretty much everything unusable. Some researchers have been working hard to find a solution to this problem, and they have discovered that elephants are afraid of bees. So farmers will put beehives around the edges of their farms. As the elephants approach, the bees begin to buzz, and they scare the elephants away. It's a win-win situation, really. The farmers won't poach the elephants, because their elephants aren't coming onto their farms. And the farmers have another crop to sell, the fresh honey. Oh, there's a male elephant out there on the right. I can tell it's a male because he's alone. Once the males reach adulthood, they will separate themselves from the rest of the herd and become solitary animals. But they never veer too far from the herd. They're always right back in time for mating season.
Elephant man.
It's an elephant swimming pool.
So younger adult males like that one will join together with other young adult males and form loose herds called bachelors. Once they get a little bit older than that, they'll usually live completely solitary. If we were to take a left here, we would go to my camp. Eat, sleep, hang out, but it's a mess. No one wants to go to my camp. So we're gonna go this way. Besides, I know a shortcut. Right here. I knew a shortcut. But the road's closed, and for a very good reason. It's gone. You know, it's a good thing you go on my safari. I know these roads like the back of my hand. There's a back road right over here. Now, I haven't been back this way in a long time.
I'm
So
scared.
I'm really just hoping that the old bridge is, well, still a bridge.
Still a bridge. Oh my gosh, I'm scared here.
Oh, it looks like we're good. There's lots of rope, and they added duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything.
Oh my god.
But I can hear the nervous giggles, so we'll go pulley, or very slowly. Just in case now, I don't remember these sounds. So if I were you, I would hold on. Okay, everyone to the right. Lean to the right. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We made it. See, I told you we would. Nothing to worry about. Now, someone remind me to tell the warden the duct tape doesn't actually fix everything. But I'm going to change the subject because there is a lot of red clay around here, and it kind of makes me wonder if there's some tusk marks in it. Elephants love to eat the red clay that's packed with nutrients. While there are some right here, unfortunately, I can't stop here, but I think I see the rest of the herd up ahead.
Look at
Now
that.
raise your hand if you love elephants. Raise your hand if you want to help save elephant habitats. Elephant habitats are unfortunately being mined for metallic ore called coltan. It's used in our electronic devices such as cell phones, tablets, and cameras. Now, no, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to give up your electronic device. I honestly couldn't ask myself to do that. What I am going to ask, though, is when you're done with it, whether it's broken or just time for something new, find a way to recycle them. A lot of cell phone stores and even grocery stores nowadays will have those resources readily available to you. That small action make a big impact on the elephants' lives. Does anyone know how to tell that these are African elephants? Their ears are shaped like Africa. And in their ear they have lots of blood vessels, so they'll flap them like this one as well. She was doing it a minute ago. They'll do that, it cools themselves down about 15 degrees. Gets those blood vessels circulating. Elephants are born at about 300 to 400 pounds, and the males will weigh up to 6 tons or 1,200 pounds. They'll grow to be 11 to 14 feet tall, and the calves will stay with their moms for 13 to 15 years, making their childhood the second longest of any animal, second only to humans. You may have noticed some discoloration on their backs. That's going to be mud or dirt. Elephants have very sensitive skin and get sunburned quite easily, just like we do. But they don't make elephant sunscreen. At least not in the wild, so they will use whatever they can to form a natural protective layer between their sensitive skin and the sun's harmful rays. Usually ends up being mud. It sticks together quite well. Now on the left here, it looks like we found a flamboyance of flamingos. These are the greater flamingos, which are the tallest and lightest shade of all 17 different species. Flamingos are actually hatched a grayish color. It takes a full year of eating beta-carotene-filled brine shrimp to get that pink coloration. If they were to stop eating brine shrimp, they would eventually go back to their original gray. At least flamingos will grow to be about 5 feet tall if they're not there already. but weigh only about 9 pounds. The average lifespan of a flamingo is over 40 years. Now I'm seeing a lot of mud up this way, which means we are headed into white rhino territory. They like to roll around in the mud to cool themselves down. It also acts as that natural sunscreen for their sensitive skin. Now, unfortunately, white rhinos are still being poached, as some cultures believe that rhino horns have medicinal qualities. They're able to cure diseases such as cancer. But we know this is not true, as rhino horns have as rhino horns are made up of the same substance you'll find in our hair and fingernails. It's called keratin. Animals in this area do like to hang way back in the trees to kind of hide from us. So keep your eyes out and let me know if you see anything. It can be pretty hard to spot.
You like it in body?
Are we seeing anything?
Enjoy it, handsome.
No. Okay, we'll keep going. There's a rock formation around the corner here that's known as a copy. They're used by big cats to lay out in the sun and look out for their prey. They're most commonly used by lions, so they do tend to be pretty hard to find, as they spend 16 to 20 hours a day inactive.
Look at that.
Not necessarily sleeping, but they will lay out, rest, and conserve their energy so they're able to hunt at night. Now, everything that we're about to see here on the right, we will see again in just a moment. I want to point out the ostriches way back there in the corner. And the ostriches are the largest bird in the world, but because of their large size, they are not able to fly. They run up to 40 miles an hour and cover 10 to 13 feet in just one stride. Their wings are not totally useless, though. They use their wings to help change direction while they're running.
Cover your mouth, buddy. Your nose, your nose.
Mikey.
Alright, over here I see some rhinos there on the right. You'll notice that they're not actually white. Now, they're named from a miscommunication. They were originally named white rhinos, white being an Afrikaans word meaning wide. They're wide, square mouths. They're quite large, weighing about 5,000 pounds. They can still run at about 35 miles an hour. But it's okay, and my truck goes 8. Now, if you look at those zebras, notice that their stripes go all the way around their body. The telltale sign that these are Grant zebras. Each zebra has their own unique stripe pattern. That's how they tell each other apart. They're known for being very strong animals. Their hind legs are strong enough to break a lion's jaw. Now the brush is starting to thicken out up this way, which means we are headed into Magadi Glen. There's a lot of water flowing through this area, so animals will stop by to rehydrate. But it's usually a pretty quiet area. No one hangs out for all too long. But let's check it out, see if I can find any animal activity.
Mike, be careful.
Remember that I did say usually quiet? So coming up here at the top of the hill on the left, there's a couple of scimitar-horned oryxes. They got their name from the scimitar-shaped horns, which is a sword most commonly used in the Middle East. They are desert animals, and they can go up to 9 months without drinking any water. They get the water they need from the vegetation they eat. They don't sweat until their bodies reach 115 degrees Fahrenheit. The white birds on the right are yellow-billed storks. They are carnivores, and they will eat anything small enough to fit in their bill, as they are not able to chew. Things like fish, frogs, snakes, and even other small birds. Now these oryxes were once extinct in the wild, but because of reserves like this one, they were able to be reintroduced to the wild. While they are still on the endangered species list, we are working hard at getting them off of it. Well friends, it's true what they say. Time really does fly when you're having fun. Unfortunately, it does look like our safari is coming to its end. Everyone say, aww. But did you guys have fun today? Awesome. Now think of all of the fun that you just had and come back and see us again. Because no two safaris are ever the same. It all depends on the animals. And make sure to check out our night safaris. Those are pretty cool. Once the sun goes down, the animals act differently, and that makes for a different safari. Now, if you didn't get to see some of your favorite African animals, have no fear. Head down Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, where you can see some different animals such as meerkats, mole rats, and of course gorillas. You can also see some animals that we did get to see on the resort, such as zebras, okapis, and there's even an underwater hippo viewing area. And if you really like animals like I do, hop on the train to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where you can view our veterinary care, interact with some of our nicer animals in the affection section, and learn more about our conservation efforts here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. That last train's going to leave at 4:30, so you definitely don't want to miss that. If you're looking for something fun to do here in Harambe